A blocked shot is the ultimate display of intimidation in basketball. It is a sudden, physical rejection, arriving at the exact fraction of a second a scorer thinks they've won. In the NBA record books, the absolute limit for a single game stands at 15 blocks. Shaquille O'Neal was the last player to reach that peak back in 1993, using his massive frame to shut down the paint. Before Shaq, Manute Bol hit that 15-block mark twice in the 1980s. Bol also holds the record for the most blocks in a playoff debut, rejecting 9 shots in his very first postseason game against the 76ers. He achieved these numbers through a height advantage that made him a constant obstacle at the rim. For decades, these specific numbers have remained untouched. They represent the absolute upper limits of defensive impact in a single night. Those milestones survived because the sport moved away from them. In the 1980s and 90s, offenses ran primarily through the paint, forcing players to challenge the rim on nearly every possession. That environment created a specific type of defender. Centers like Mark Eaton were massive roadblocks who simply planted their feet near the basket and waited for the offense to come to them. Today's game operates on a different map. The explosion of three-point shooting stretched offensive formations, dragging those same towering rim protectors out to the perimeter. This spacing reduced the opportunities for double-digit block games. A modern center simply isn't standing under the basket enough times to attempt 15 blocks. To reach those old milestones now, a player would need the standing reach of a 90s giant combined with the lateral mobility of a modern guard. Victor Wembanyama arrived as the literal answer to that requirement. Standing 7'4" with an 8-foot wingspan, his fluidity shouldn't be possible for his size. On a scatter plot of rookie block rates, Wembanyama sits entirely apart. He is also the youngest to record a 5x5 game, tallying at least 5 points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks on the same night. The league responded by naming him to the NBA All-Defensive First Team. He was the first rookie to ever earn that spot. His debut campaign moved so quickly that by his second season, the only benchmarks left were the frozen records from 30 years ago. The chase accelerated quickly. In December of his sophomore year, Wembanyama posted 30 points and 10 blocks in a single game. He broke the age record for that milestone, beating the previous mark held by Dwight Howard by nearly 2 years. But that trajectory stopped in February 2025. Doctors discovered deep vein thrombosis, a blood clot, in his right shoulder. This diagnosis meant an immediate, total shutdown. Despite leading the league with 3.8 blocks per game, he wouldn't play again for the rest of the season. During his recovery, Wembanyama traveled to a monastery in China to participate in a 10-day training retreat. He entirely focused his efforts on bodily stability and perfect balance, subjecting himself to thousands of daily martial arts kicks and deep stretches. This period allowed Wembanyama to focus on his mechanics, returning to the court as a more disciplined threat to the record books. Wembanyama returned for the 2025-26 season with enhanced stability. He opened the year with 40 points against the Mavericks, showcasing a level of control that had only improved during his time away. This bar tracks consecutive games with at least 1 block. While most modern centers rarely reach 20, Wembanyama progressed past the 100-game mark. This 100-game benchmark places him alongside only 2 other players in history. The first is 4-time Defensive Player of the Year Dikembe Mutombo. The second is Hall of Fame center Patrick Ewing. This focus on stability has translated into a more consistent defensive output, elevating his baseline performance to a level shared by only a handful of Hall of Fame legends. He pairs this reliability with high offensive volume, consistently recording 40-point, 15-rebound nights, while also tallying triple-doubles with double-digit blocks. This brings the data full circle. Manute Bol's 15 blocks in a regular season game and his 9 blocks in a playoff debut have survived for nearly 40 years. Wembanyama has already eclipsed his modern peers. His only remaining competition exists in archival footage from the 1980s. Wembanyama's combination of length and mobility has effectively closed the gap created by modern spacing. The untouchable block records are no longer safe. Now it's just a matter of which night he decides to rewrite them.